He did it. He did it. He did it. Yeah. He did it. Blizzard still coming up. I'm so far from where I was. Yeah. I'm so far from where I was. Yeah. He did it.
Yeah. We back.
Okay, what's this, man?
Yo. Alright.
Man.
Let me put my shit on. Okay.
Put your mask on. Put your mask. Wear 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 your mask. You gotta do it. Wear your mask. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Oh, yeah, man. Put your motherfucking mask on.
Hold up. Hold up.
Wear your mask.
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 Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold
Hey,
up.
make sure y'all go like,
Hold up.
share, and subscribe.
Hold up.
Perfect. Teach your respect.
Hold up. Hold up.
You going out to the stores, huh? Get some things that you need. You wanna get out cause you bored, huh? Catch some fresh air to breathe. You gotta go to the doctor, huh? Find yourself some relief. And you done became a proctor, huh? Gambling this disease. Some of y'all don't support it. I seen it watching the news. Yeah, we know it's a shortage, but they don't make no excuse. Some of y'all just play dumb, saying you gon' do you. If you don't know how to make one, look it up on YouTube. You so rude, I'm confused. You walk out, don't cover up, you're selfish. You only thinking about you. With no mask, I'm confused. You breathe out from your mouth, so the one that's passing it around more likely is you. I'm confused. There's no discrimination. If you ain't got one, you can't come in, that's policy. Just follow the rules. We ain't running no circus, and we ain't giving you the blues. But no mask means no service, like no shirt, no shoes.
Okay. Yeah. This is the God Podcast. And this episode, episode
16. This is
16.
episode 16.
Hey,
16.
before I talk about episode 16, man, I want to shout out B Cuz and Bishop 88 right now for holding down that Tampa Super Bowl. We the God Podcast. If you ain't watched that, shout out to Jason motherfucking. Is it Jason motherfucking or is it Jason MFing? It's
MFN James. It's Jason MFN James.
Oh, dang.
We say Jason motherfucking James.
Okay. So Jason motherfucking James. Shout out to Jason motherfucking James. Built the Bob, but built not Bob. I'm mad that I missed it, but I had to, like I said, I had to pay respects to my homeboy Streets. But yeah, like I said, this is episode 16 of We the God Podcast. I am your host, Brian Barksdale, aka Mr. Barksdale. Look me up on Instagram, and if you want to download any music, it's Brian Barksdale. Got my co-host with me right now.
Because, Mr. Three Films, Mr. Do It All, we in the building. Right now we have a special guest, man. These three guys, y'all know Mr. Barksdale, it's my right hand. But these three guys was the first superstar group I say I saw. For real, no lie, because I remember one weekend I spent the night on my cousin house, right? His mama was like
Legendary. Hello.
Get up.
Erlene E.B.
Man, hey, don't play with
my
it.
mama like a Dragon Ball Z character for real when it comes to ass whooping.
Right, I'm
telling you.
damn near 40 years old and still scared of her ass. You crazy.
22.
Man. But anyway, she was like, "Cuz, you going to church?" And I was like, "I ain't got no church clothes." She was like, "Cuz, you going to church?" so we go to church. Cuz this is really when I first saw him in a whole different element. Like, y'all ain't understanding my point of view. He been doing it with y'all. Mm-hmm. Me, it was just like a different world. I was like, "Good dang. Y'all rapping in church? Y'all rapping in church?"
We got that effect everywhere, bro.
Man, y'all was the first gospel hip-hop group. Y'all pioneered this shit. I think Kanye bit y'all. On We the God, I'm saying that.
Oh boy, Yeezy will pull up on our ass right now. It'd be a helicopter flying right in the backyard.
I heard of Due Season. Man, all right, so back to the subject about Due Season, man. Where did that creation come from? Like that name, the inspiration of the group? Like where did it all start? What's the origins? The origins of Due Season.
Let me, and if y'all chime in, and you know, I don't mean feel free to chime in, but first of all, I'm gonna say, if you gotta start from the beginning, it started on the west side of St. Louis at this little church called West End Mount Carmel. You feel me? West End Mount Carmel, like, if you do the history of the black churches in St. Louis, it was like, you know, they had Reverend Turner was, at the time it was Reverend Turner, they had like albums and they was doing all type of stuff, you know what I mean? So it was like a big church.
Like gospel music.
J.E., I finally got myself together.
Right.
Turner, with the hit single,
Right.
I fell in love with the prostitute.
Yeah.
Oh, are you serious?
Reverend Turner was off the chain.
Oh, man.
He died, Al Green came to his funeral.
Yeah, real talk. Real talk.
Salute that, man.
Yeah, but it all started there, and like I said, me and bro, you know, I met doing there first. We was already going to the same church. Hold on. That's it. We was already going to the same church, and he was already like in the choir before me. You feel me?
Okay.
So it was like, no, I wasn't really into going. I wasn't in the choir or nothing like that. You know, I was just there. You know, and back then we was like a bunch of us, so we was bad little kids. A lot of times when we supposed to be in the sanctuary, we down in the bathroom boxing. You know what I'm saying? It was just how it was. You feel me? And I remember I think I never told him I could sing. You feel me? But everybody knew him from already singing. You know, he been in the choir. You feel me? And I don't know if he remember this. I'm gonna sound like my mic now. I don't know if he remember this, but I remember the first time we was it was like a battle. It was him and my partner Eddie. You know what I mean? Shout out to Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Like, they already knew each other could sing. You know what I'm saying? We was out front, like, I mean, we battling, like, you know what I mean? He sung some Boys to Men.
Was y'all singing Jodeci songs or like?
Like, I sang a Jodeci song.
You silly, man.
You know what I'm saying? He sung a Boys to Men song.
That was our thing. I was
You know what I'm
Boys
saying?
to Men.
The Boys to Men.
Al Brian McKnight, he was Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx.
Yeah. That's how it was.
Okay.
And like, that's how, you know what I mean, we got introduced to knowing that, man, like, no, we both can sing, you feel what I'm saying? And I can remember just, like I said, first just, we used to be singing all the time, you know what I mean, going, he stayed in Jennings, so I'm talking about, we used to walk to each other's house from Northwood to Jennings, you know what I mean, just to sit there, we be singing together, but like, he was the first cat that taught me how to harmonize. I didn't know shit about that. Cause he had that ahead of me from being in choir.
Basic training.
Yeah, so like this was my first cat that showed me how to harmonize with people.
Yeah.
But that goes back to even the whole Boys to Men thing. Like, I had an old radio, like back in the day, and I would listen to Cooley High Harmony, and I would sit there listen to them like on repeat, like just listen to them, listen to every note, every dude on there, to mimicking dude, and that's how I got to the whole harmony thing. But yeah, Brian, tell y'all about the little small tape recorder we had.
Oh, did y'all use double tape, double record to get them?
That was the first
them
studio.
effects?
Bro,
Hey, I already know
get
about
those
this.
tapes back, bro.
Hey, man.
We on them like 12 years old, bro. We sound like some little kids and them like another bad creation,
It
bro.
was cold if you had that stereo that had the mic on it.
No, we ain't had that. You just get up to the speaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The little mic, it's like a little hole. That's a mic.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, we was, you know, doing the choir stuff, and one day it was this guy came in, this tall guy named Minister James. Well, he wasn't Minister James Gardner then. He was just James. He came in probably MC Praise.
Yeah, he came in, bro.
All right, his name, shout out to MC Praise, man. Rest in peace, MC Praise. He was so I ain't gonna want to say that we straight pioneered it. I want to say that we more so made it popular. You know what I mean? Right?
So so you trying to be humble?
No.
Because y'all was the first ones doing Christian hip hop on the scale in St. Louis.
Now, this is what I'm saying.
The way
This is
it
what I'm saying,
was.
though. I feel what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, we made it popular. I never thought about rapping. And like I didn't want, like I'm in church, I want to rap some church music. The dude MC Praise, he came first. He had a song called "If It Wasn't for the Blood." He was like an '80s rapper, nigga, like I'm on the song, and then Jesus, man, but he was busting though. You feel me? So like he had a song called "If It Wasn't for the Blood."
Before that though, he had the West End Montgomery rappers. You gotta have Jesus if you want to be saved.
I forgot about
that. He said you gotta have
to hear the things. That's how it happened. See, James came in and he wanted to do a youth group called MC Praise and the West End Montgomery Rappers. He did a song called "You Gotta Have Jesus If You Want to Be Saved." I thought it was whack because we heard a group called the Firefighters a long time ago. These rappers,
firefighters.
They called the Firefighters, bro. Like they was whack, bro. They had the song called "TV Junkie." God made sex, like God made sex. That's how
Real talk.
But anyway, when I heard that, and then heard the song that MC Praise did with the kids, I'm like, oh, this is whack. I ain't worried about this. Yeah. Somehow he got Brian in the group.
Yeah.
So then Brian was like, hey, it's pretty cool, bro. Man, check it out. I'm like, nah, all right, cool. I'll check it out. They won the Swyangle rap contest or whatever with that song. I'm like, oh, I guess there must be something to it.
See that shout out.
I ain't heard that name in so long.
That's what it was, cuz he won
that. Right. You sure?
But
damn.
But he won about this. Yeah, but he won that mug. I'm like, that showed me, cause even though the song was cheesy, but I'm like, there's something to this dude, bro. Like he got something. Somehow he got Brian in the group, and then he told Brian got on. Brian tell me, yo, you know, whatever, this 94. 95, 94.
So when did the money?
No, that was like 93.
We're gonna bring him in.
You gonna bring it right. That was like 93.
See, the whole Deuce season thing go back. Yeah, 93. Deuce season go back to the 1990 to be real.
Right. Okay.
But we didn't officially become like that until, like you said, Brian was talking about. Brian got on. I came into it or whatever after he said it was cool, and then. If It Wasn't for the Blood came up, this song that MC Praise wrote. Right. And he did this part. He gave me and Brian verses.
Right. He wrote the verse.
He wrote it.
He wrote the verse.
And we spit it. And I'm telling you, bro, my cousin.
Yeah, boss.
He
wasn't saying it was boy.
Yeah, it was like him. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I think that's when it came to the point, like me and him got to talking, like, man, we can't keep on rapping this dude. It's like, and like. You know, and so this is where I'm kind of finna tie you in too, in and out on this. So you know, like, cuz no, I always like was a big Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. Yeah, you know, I was like, cuz no, cuz no, like Bone was like. Them niggas was like crazy. You know what I'm saying? When that shit first, I remember when it first came, so came out, but. I was already like, man, we gotta flip this shit some type of way, man. Like me and him used to be talking about it. I'm like, I can't keep rapping these bars. You feel me? And it was the song. No. It was just like, you know how when you create music, a lot of times you might not even have nothing like right there. So it's like I ain't know how to make beats. I really didn't know how to play the keys or nothing like that at the time, or even come up with something. Bro still kind of, you know what I mean? Like, he probably had the beginning skills, so it was one of them things we was vibing. I was like, man, hey, man, we should make a beat like, I was like, the bass line should be like, do 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 You know what I'm saying? So he got cause like MC Praise, back to MC Praise, he was the part of this shit. MC Praise had he had a keyboard at the time. You feel me? What I'm saying? So
Casio,
right? I don't know.
It was legit.
Yeah, it was like a legit joint. You know what I mean? And and you like me and Darnell used to, like, you know what I mean? We used to go over his house, like, cause MC Praise to be serious about that. Like, nigga, we got a rehearsal on this day, and we doing it. We really doing it.
Yeah, and Brian kept the buses.
Yeah,
buses over there, boy.
Yes, but it's like he got this keyboard, and you can make beats on it.
And he walked by, my bad, but the fact that he walked by and was like, you want to make some beats? Go ahead. We was like, what? You gonna let us? And that's when it happened. Yeah.
And then, so like I said, when they start making the beat, we put the beat together, you know what I'm saying? So I think on some real talk, and I was just paying. We was paying attention to being the kid. You grow up in church, you still be listening when the preacher be preaching. Right. And I think the pastor at the time, Reverend White, had preached a sermon something before about due season or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And that's how we just, nigga, that should be our name, due season. You know, we don't want to be MC Praise, and we gonna be due season. It was me and Donnell, and we had the song called "Gotta Give Him the Praise."
I didn't mean to interrupt you. First, we did shout out Vertical Vision Studios. We want to shout out Vertical Vision Studios for being a big part of this We the God podcast. Also, shouts out to that Drip Mobile Detailing Car Wash. If you need all your vacuum needs, you go out on a Sunday night, somebody get in your car, throw up, or you might slide into the ditch in the snow. Holla at your boy, Cheeks. His Instagram is the Drip Mobile Detail LLC. Get at your boy, man. Make sure y'all like,
share, subscribe. Right, mother? Nah.
What? You pointing to me?
No.
Oh, I forgot.
Go.
Don't want to interrupt. We got a goddess in the back, so if any of our viewers like, man, who is that in the back? Don't worry, she's taken.
She back.
Yeah, no, that's your boy Dub. But anyway, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the We the God podcast channel. Instagram, we got you got Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Yeah. Genesis. It's JYNISYS. So at Genesis.
Yeah.
Mine, Dub Jr. Ivy League. Dub Jr. Ivy League is my Instagram.
Y'all already know mine. It's gonna pop up on the screen. Mr. Barfield.
Is that like some college stuff?
Nah, Dub Jr. is my name. But
I know that, but
Ivy League came from. That's my the production company came from.
You see all this coming with these stories. You feel me? All these is stories.
Yeah, I know. Shit, we need to make a documentary on how long this is, man.
I mean, you giving them people, man. You giving them people too much.
Yeah, trying to give them too much, but I definitely want to tap in. I want to tap in on that song that y'all was hearing in the intro. You know what I'm saying? That's there.
What?
That mask on. What's that mask on?
Where your mask at?
Oh, you just
Where your mask at? That's where your mask at. Let me ask you, what was the inspiration behind that?
So, Mask came from, I did a project called 19, and it was just dealing with COVID, period. Because I was like, man, I'm just gonna throw some songs together and put that mug out there just from what's going on right now. So, did the COVID-19, and I was like, all right, what else people doing? They social distancing. So I did a song 6 feet with the social distancing. Then I'm like, all right, what else they doing? Oh, mask. Oh, all right, let me do a song about mask. So I did a song about mask. And then you got a song on there, Alive, because I'm alive, nigga.
You living.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people had COVID, and some people didn't make it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. How has that affected, how has COVID affected you and your family and like your personal life? Have you had anybody get any illnesses? Or?
I mean, we gotta take it serious. Shoot, like the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
You know, my wife has an autoimmune disease, so gotta be like extra careful, you know, with that. But nobody like dying or anything like that, or had to be hospitalized. So we was on the good side.
Do you think it's maybe like a political warfare tool? Because did you see Brady walk out the stadium with no mask on? No.
I know a lot of the football players, they're supposed to have masks on the sideline, but I don't really get too much into it.
You know,
like on the political side and all that.
You got to, because I work with you, and I don't never wear no mask.
I just be like, bro, it's something out there. Well, whoever put it out there, it's out there.
We've been working.
I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to not get it.
Yeah, I understand. We've been working since that stuff been happening, though. You know what I'm saying? We've been running.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, we put it.
But you still put your. It depends on where you at. You know what I mean? Like you walking into a store or something like.
Oh, definitely, man.
You know what I mean?
I be hearing people cough with their mask on.
I be wearing this mug everywhere, even at work.
Yeah,
I be having mine on every day. I know.
Hey, you ever fell asleep with the mask on?
Nah, I ain't fell asleep with it on.
They ain't never like jumped in the shower like, damn, I still got my mask on.
No,
I did this shit about 3-4 times.
As a group, this is a group question. I want everybody to answer this. This, I mean, how can I say this? Because I don't like leaking albums and shit. People be trying to tell me I be leaking shit. I don't.
Oh, you do.
You know what I'm saying? I just be trying to get this shit out there for the rats to eat the cash.
You know what I
mean?
Shit.
But the inspiration behind He Did It, like this song.
He did it. He did it. He did it. Yeah. He did it.
Listen to the words, y'all.
Blessings still piling up. Glory, hallelujah. I'm so far from where I was. Yeah. I'm so far from where I was. Yeah. He did it. Did it. He did it.
I
He did it. He did it. He did it. Blessings still piling up. Glory, hallelujah. I'm so far from where I was. I'm so far from where I was.
Boy.
Blessings still piling up. Glory, hallelujah. I'm so far from where I was. Yeah. I'm so far from where I was. Yeah.
What was the vision for when that song got created?
Man,
and
that song just came from naturally how we do. Like since we've been a group, like everybody got their own little part of how they do things within the group. Demond, the producer, like when it came to hits, like Demond did all. Like even our first album, Demond made 14 of the 15 hits.
98.9%.
He did all the hits, or Brian gave him the idea for the hit. He made the hit. I made like 2 tracks. So Demond, the producer, Brian, the creative dude.
Okay.
So when we made that track, literally, Demond had the track. We listened to it. Brian came up with the hook.
Okay.
We actually did.
Okay.
That night that we did that song, we actually did like 3 songs that night.
Okay.
But just at least hooks and concepts. And Brian came up with it. He did it. Came up with his verse. And I came on the back end. I do more of the back end stuff, the clean up. That's how I do the
Donnell is he the me, you know what I mean? Like I say, like I'll be on the vibe and come up with it. See, he do his verse the next day. You next thing you know, he done bust off. You know what I mean? You look back like, damn, I would have put my shit together. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's how I beat her. He'll be like, nah, next thing you know, he see you the verse, he busting on it.
It take me forever to write, bro. But that's how that happened. Like, but even going back to what we were saying before, like even with like to kind of pick back the original thing, Barstow was talking about, like. We came up with Gotta Give Them Praise. We hitting up talent shows. Yeah. We won like 5 talent shows at the road at Saints.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Saints.
We popped that off.
Everybody
what happened was
Saints.
97 came around. Brian met Genesis. They was working together, and he was like, "Yo, you should come to our church for New Year's. We doing this thing for New Year's," and we ended up doing something. And after that, Genesis was like, "Cool, well, you can tell yourself from there." But he saw that.
I don't think we want to work together.
No.
Yeah, we knew each other. He knew each other.
They just come to the
I had
church.
another one of my friends already went there. That was Marche.
Okay, yeah. But he invited them over.
She invited me to go to church with her. It was a Christmas show, a Christmas event. I was like, yeah, I go. And then I went, and then they was like, come on, do season. And, you know, they got up there, and then it was the what? They came up and started rapping. We was like, what? And we was looking, I was like, I'm like, this is tight. I'm like, 'cause I ain't never seen that before, ever. So I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, we can do this. Because beforehand, I was already like making beats, writing songs, and I know they was laughing at me because I had the little Casio.
I was just trying to get to that. So
I had it too. That's why I said it.
I had the little Casio.
I was making and writing songs on that little mug, and I take it to the big studio. Bruh.
All this shit.
Bruh.
He's like, listen, hold on, wait. I keep it real. That's what I'm saying. When he first tell me, like, you know, like, man, y'all be making songs. Like, we like, I'm at the time, you know, you like, you're older too than me, so I'm like 16, he probably like 17, 15, 18. He's like, yeah, nigga, I do this, I make beats, I write songs. He tell me about the songs, you feel me? And he's like, I'm gonna pull up, bring my equipment. Man, my nigga jumped out the car, B. A keyboard was about this big. I'm like, man, they words. But the songs that he had to the little sounds, you know what I mean? Like it was serious, like man, straight. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers they playing like
remake them mugs right now.
I took that mug to like professional studios, bro. I walk up in that motherfucker thing like I have a session. I'm sitting here like, boy, they showed them, and I'm like, I know when I walked up out of there, knowing what I know now.
Right.
Boy, I know they was laughing, boy. I know they was.
Hey, but you know what?
Man,
You
that's
had
what
drive, dog. You had initiative. You like whatever it took, whatever tools you had, you was gonna make it happen, dog. You wasn't gonna sit up here and wait on the.
Oh yeah, no.
He was just cold with the beats.
Yeah,
he first he was like, man, y'all can rap. I just want to sing. I'm like, man, yeah, we do season. We sing every rap. Bro.
Right.
In the boat, bro.
Right.
But he got on.
Cause I had never rap. I'm like,
man,
rap.
he saw the
Come on, you got some bars. boy.
Yeah, straight.
Yeah, But he first he was like, man, I just want to sing. And like, you can't sing,
Yeah,
bro.
boy,
You gotta do both, bro.
Imagine this. Did you turn down a deal for New Season?
What you mean?
Like you just said, I don't want to do it. I do it for God.
Nah, he good.
Have you ever been like, cause what I'm saying is,
Oh,
taking
no.
his
I know what you're
religion,
saying.
he took his religion and his dedication to a whole different level that I've never seen. Like I was like, cuz was my getaway on the weekend. Like on the weekend, like, hey, we finna go here, woo. Cuz shut me down when for like a whole year.
Right.
That nigga, he's like, I called him one day. I was like, cuz man, let's go to Saints or something. He's like, cuz I'm not doing nothing. I'm not having sex no more. I'm going to church every Sunday. I got a girlfriend. Look, I ain't even gonna say that, but still. He flipped the script on me, and it was just like, that moment, that's what introduced me to God, get more closer to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it kind of like molded me to think differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I was just wilding. The church was like foreign to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was foreign to where like I'm scared to go in there. I'm like,
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying it would tie all that shit into it was crazy, like you said. It was like once we started doing the songs, I remember Cuz, like you say, Cuz, this is my cousin. So back then he would be in Berkeley, you know, Cuz they out there in Berkeley, they was hustling and doing all wild shit. So I'll pull up on them, you know what I mean? And Cuz though, I used to trip off of when they listened to the music. It was like they was still like, man, that shit hard, cuz. I'm like, man, for real, I like that shit. It was crazy to me, so I knew the effect that it was having on real people. You know what I'm saying? Like
My cousin to this day in Texas, bro, she still talk about gotta give him the praise, bro. Just a couple weeks ago.
that shit went platinum. It went good platinum.
yeah,
It went
for
good.
sure.
It went good platinum.
Hey, give some praise to that motherfucker.
Hey, he was selling me software, man. I'm talking about like 7, 8, 9 years later.
Oh yeah, he
I was like,
triple
cuz this dude
platinum.
on the parking lot making money off here.
Oh my God.
I got that call once a month,
See,
bro.
it's a story. It's a whole story with that too. You know what I'm saying? Like we get off
We
track
a
with the
3-part
story.
new edition movie, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all
Playing
like,
through
y'all
season,
like
bro.
4 parts.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta
But
tell
the,
y'all individual stories.
But I can remember when we started doing the Due Season album.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Was that the year to do?
The year to do.
Oh man.
The year to do.
Not Into the Drew.
Yeah.
Nah, the
Year to
year
do.
The year to do.
We got that so
Yeah.
many times.
Yeah. But that was my first time. Cause like I said, it's a story with that. What was his name? The football player.
Roman Pfeiffer.
Roman Pfeiffer.
Roman Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer.
He used to play for the Rams.
Yeah.
He played linebacker for the Rams when
Yeah.
he won.
He ended up coming to the church one day and seeing us rapping and doing and singing and doing all that, and he donated some money for us to do our first album.
Okay.
You feel me?
You donated to the church?
Nah, he
Yeah,
donated
yeah.
to us.
He gave it to the church, he gives it to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's through a church. Okay.
And
What's up?
so shout out to Roman Pfeiffer. You know what I mean? I can remember like that was my first time really like putting together a full project that we all like, you know what I'm saying, like sat down and created this. I'm talking about we used to take this rehearsing and coming up with them songs. This shit really wasn't easy because it was like back then in the 90s to make, we was kids, you feel me? So to make kids, it was always kids to go to church. It's 1,000 churches, black churches in St. Louis, so it's 1,000 kids. So to make these kids, 'cause like this, when I was going to church, I didn't like the traditional. I couldn't stand it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just me. So you know, I would always be out, but I always knew like the first gospel music that made me kind of trip off something was like Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
When Kirk Franklin came in, I'm like, I can kind of listen to that.
Hey, let me ask y'all this. Was that song, was this the first gospel song that song like, everything is gonna be alright, he's coming back? That's a gospel song, ain't it? Yeah, that was the best part. Gospel song to me.
I'm saying like,
he was rapping.
but that was for that generation, but I'm talking about in the 90s.
What was the gospel song? What you talking about?
No, I'm saying like in the 90s, you being a kid, you going to church. A lot, you know what I'm saying? Like Kirk Franklin was like the first thing to make you kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shit like that. So it made you have it like, I could listen to it, but I knew we was trying to take it to a whole nother level with it. Like, that's cool. That still sound like church music. You know what I mean? Like, it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, it was like we was gonna try to make something that people can just ride to and all type of music, but it was gonna be gospel. You feel what I'm saying? I can remember just doing. I'm talking about shows, be like shows after shows after shows, CDs. This back when it was CDs and tapes.
Man, I just don't.
$15 CD. No, what was it? $20 CD.
Well, see, but even with that though, like you talking about the '90s, like it was another group in Philly called Crossman. We didn't even heard of them yet.
Yeah.
As far as the Midwest, we kind of just started our own thing. Right. But talk about the '90s with the tradition and all that stuff, we had some stuff we had to deal with on the back end too. It wasn't always, oh yeah, thanks for due season. Like we had cats like, oh y'all whack, or that ain't godly.
Yeah.
Cats like Christian rap, that ain't godly. We had a dude. A couple of examples. We had a dude. When they start playing, gotta give them the praise of the saints. Like that was popping on Fridays, bro.
Yeah.
Every Friday, he's like, man, play that, gotta play it. And one dude, the DJ was like, no, I ain't playing that song. I don't play music with ex-gang members, man. We don't play game member music.
Yeah, that was.
Bro, man, what is you playing all night then?
But that was an example, you know what I'm saying? Just because it was Christian rap, we had to be ex-gang bangers, you know what I'm saying? That, and then we did a show. Dude unplugged our in the middle of the show.
Sound,
he said, God bless y'all, that's enough. Yeah, God bless you.
Oh, like soon when y'all came on, I think you told me that back in the day.
I'm telling you, like, if anybody got a Year to Do album, if you listen to that shit, some of them songs is like, this some rap shit. This ain't like no.
No, it wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? This wasn't like no choir shit. This was like, nigga, the speakers is knocking in, niggas jumping around. It was crazy.
Some co-production on
that.
Hey, right. That was some of your hardest beats.
For real, bro.
Yeah, I remember.
He did them easy too.
That was that.
No.
We had to keep
You
made that on that, boy.
Because James, that keyboard, that's the first one.
The first one?
Going from Casio, I had to learn that mother. I'm like, I'm going to learn how to do this, learn how to know how to press record.
Okay.
And I gotta tell a crazy due season story. Boy, if you look on the due season Year to Do album, if you look on the back, this is what badass what kids do. If you look on the back, we got on whatever fuck what we got on the back. Mm-hmm. That's the story with that. My dude doing there had got a job being working in the back of the stock room at Abercrombie & Fitch.
Oh, I remember those
shit at the Galleria. I had never heard of that shit.
I don't know what you're talking about, bitch. I don't know what you're talking about.
My nigga got a job at the stock, so he called me like, man, I think I can get you on, bitch. Get you a job. Okay, bet. Got me in. Bah. Now that's two niggas back there. You know what I mean? Like probably like one or two.
Bro, you didn't know.
All y'all was working in there.
I'm getting to that. So white boy back there. I'm like, shit. I probably can get my nigga the line on. Let me get this nigga on. Boom, he get on. You feel me? So After that,
I was talking about the KKK tape.
yeah, I'll get to that too. That's crazy shit.
Okay, go ahead.
So I get the nigga on. So they used to make us take boxes of hangers. It's a statute of limitations shit going on. This shit over here. I paid it out with the court and all that shit with this shit anyway. So it's done. But they used to have us put hangers in the boxes. So
we used to take old cardboard boxes
they put the hangers in that shit. Shit that they need and take put it to the U-Haul shit. So I say, man, fuck that. I'ma throw. We tried out one. I'm gonna throw a jacket and some jeans in that motherfucker. I'm probably like 17, 18, badass shit. You know what I'm saying? I throw a jacket and some jeans in there.
Oh man.
Put that motherfucker there. Boom. So that shit worked. It worked. You feel me?
Did you get green?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I said, fuck that. We finna do the mother load. Fuck that. We finna do the mother load. I done plotted with my nigga. Look, I'm talking about we got about 2, 4, 5 boxes full of shit. Nigga, we finna sell all the girl shit, all this shit. Nigga. Put all this shit in the box. We finna tape it up on your hand. You know what I mean? See, to me, I always be thinking. So when I put this shit up on the shelf, I marked a little mark so that way I know if anybody touched that motherfucker, if it's been moved. You feel me? So the next day, I come in, I said, oh, hold on. Stop the niggas' eye. They touched that motherfucker. I ain't fucking with it. You feel me? I ain't fucking with it.
That was the key right
No, listen. No, you crazy, listen. And I was like, mind you, we had already stole some shit.
I told y'all.
You feel me? He already
told
know.
y'all.
They already stole the gang and shit, you feel me? So he say, I seen them, they finna open the box, like I ain't fucking with it. I come back, we came back from break, they got all the clothes, now they didn't open up the box with it all on the ground. I walk past like I ain't even see the shit, like. Start going to work like, man. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
I did the same.
You know what I'm saying? I see that shit. So, next day, boom, we come in. White dude come in, he say, they send me to the back. It's like, he's like, I'm Brian. Let me ask you a question. My name is so-and-so, so-and-so. I work with Abercrombie Security. You know how we work with hidden cameras and things like that nature. So if you know anything about anything getting stolen, or if you know somebody that took anything, just let me know. I'm like, shit. I don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? I play. I'm like, I don't know what you talking about. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And so I said, I got a belt though that they told me they made me wear because they that's what I told them. They got a belt that they made me wear because they told me to come out to put it on for work, and I just accidentally took it home. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, man, you let I think he brought the wine in, and it was the same thing. So he's like,
yeah,
let us go. So like, just bring the belt back. And you bring the belt back, you good.
So here I go. This me.
Bruh, we had got the stuff out like he said the first time. Got all the boxes, cool. We came back. I said, don't pre-pack a box. I said, do it the same day and roll them all out the same day. I'm like, don't pre-pack a box.
Right.
But we pre-packed the box.
Yeah,
I'm like, I ain't gonna be left out. I'm like, throw something in there.
Right.
Leave me
That's
out.
how he do it. That's how he won.
Same thing he said, the stuff was all on the floor. I came in, I did the same thing he did. I just walked right past Brian. I already was like, hey. I was like, like no. So they came and got me and said, hey, can we come talk to you for a minute? I'm like, all right. Went back there. They said, Brian has to go home and get something for us or whatever. He said, it's like, do you mind taking him to his house to get that? I said, yeah, I'll take him. It's like, no, it's like, because we won't be able to pay you if you go, you got to get off the clock. I said, no, that's cool, I get off the clock. They said, yeah, I'm like, all right. You know, I walk out, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, go and get Brian, we both walk out. I said, I'm like, what's going on, what we going to go get? So then he started telling us, you know what I'm saying, I told him, like, I accidentally took something home that I wore or whatever.
Yeah.
So get to his house.
So this one, so long story short, I was gonna mess everything up. So I'm 18 years old, cuz I ain't never been interrogated. I don't know what's going on. Dude, bring me to the room, cuz I messed it up.
Boy.
He set me down and was like, he said, hey, basically, Brian DeMont told me everything. We already know everything's going on. So, we just want to get your side of the story. You know? I'm like, oh, cool. So, yeah, so you know, blah, 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 blah. Give the game up, cuz.
Y'all niggas got fired.
He told me.
We got locked up. Damn.
Oh.
We got locked the fuck up. Hold on.
Boy. Hell yeah.
Listen. They call, look, I'm a kid, you feel me? I'm at the crib, this back when niggas had to call ID, you feel me? So I'm at the crib, the phone ring. I see Abercrombie and Fitch on that motherfucker. I'm like, he in the crib with, I'm like, fuck that. I ain't answering that motherfucker. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
It was my fault, bro.
I tried to call this nigga, look, I tried to call back to the office and speak to him. I'm like, must be the door now. And they like, he's in the back of the office now. I'm like, oh shit. I told soon as I said it, I'm like, damn. Listen. So when they called me, they like, yeah, basically like, yeah, we know everything. Bring everything you got stole back. But still, me and him talk, I'm like, ain't no way I can bring all this shit back. Cause if I bring all this shit back, they gonna have a felony on my dumb ass. So I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna bring back a bill. I got the sensor gun, all type of shit, nigga. I'm taking off shit, all type of shit. So look, I told bro, I'm like, listen, man, I'm gonna go walk, we gonna walk in this motherfucker. We in the gallery, my nigga. I was like, we gonna walk in this motherfucker. I said, if the white boy say anything about we finna call police anything, I'm finna hit his ass. We gonna run up out that motherfucker. That's what I told him. I'm like, listen, I told bro, play. I told him, listen, bro, if he say anything, I'm finna beat his ass and run up out this motherfucker. As soon as he said it, the white boy started saying the shit. I'm like, I stood up like, police walked right in the motherfucker, like, oh, no. Richmond High Police.
Hey, that's crazy.
Walked us through the mall, that motherfucker, I was embarrassed like a motherfucker, boy.
The crazy thing is, when we got back and went right up in there,
Right.
I went in there and put on most stuff.
Yeah, we changed clothes and everything, man.
I put most stuff on. I put stuff on and took it out.
People do crazy things.
Yeah, it was on me, bro. I gave the game, but brother back there, like,
Man, he told everything. He said go to his house.
It was on me, bro.
And pick up everything.
That's just some crazy type shit, but like that was some funny ass shit, man. I'm talking about we was laughing so hard though, doing this shit while they locking us up. They like, man, we gotta separate these.
I know that was a lesson learned.
And we
Yeah, they gotta go to court and be on probation with all type of
Hey,
shit.
but shit, we definitely got we down almost on 45 minutes, man. You doing a good job, man. Do you got anything you want to plug as far as like your social media tags or what do you have coming up? Genesis, Dub, as far as like projects or anything like that, let people know.
I got some stuff on Rocket, man. I do more, I don't know, like more like 80s sound, you know what I'm saying? The type of stuff I'm doing. I'm working on something even now, even more like retro, like some stuff like that. So I'm working on an album now. Look out for that.
Okay.
And I'm just coasting for real. I do more engineering for real more than anything. So I've been kind of back and forth with music, but for the most part, I've been doing more audio engineering, like even some of Brian's stuff. I produced some stuff for Genesis one album, like I did a couple albums. So yeah, I'm back on the swing of doing my stuff too.
Hey, we definitely got a lot of like independent artists that be reaching out to us and stuff. So how can they get in contact with you if they want to reach out to you and get some engineering tips or maybe even some services? Where can they find you?
Yeah, like I said, my Instagram, Dub Jr. Ivy League, or I got Dub Jr. DUB, like rolling on some dubs, Dub Jr. On Facebook. I got a Facebook page too, so check that out. Just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm always available. So.
Okay.
Man, I'm working on a lot of stuff. Shoot.
Yeah. You got that 19 album.
Yeah, 19 is out right now.
Yeah.
And then I released a single called All Day. I got a project called 7 that's coming out in July. So I'm gonna release that on 7/7. So July the 7th.
What's the significance of the 7/7?
Just God.
Okay.
Just using 7 like completion.
Okay.
But the album is just focusing on like hope and stuff, like giving people encouragement and people like stuck in depression and anxiety and stuff like that, like just giving a whole different mental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that'll release like July. My wife is called Veda Sky, so I'm doing her.
Shout out Veda Sky. Shout out Veda Sky. For real. Let's give her a big call. I know she got a single or something out right now.
Brighter Days.
Brighter Days.
It's called Brighter Days. Her single out right now, so I'm working on her EP. So I'm planning to release her EP May. So yeah, after May, then 7 will come out 2 months after that.
Okay. What's the name of the single that's out right now again?
For 7?
I don't know, for Veda Sky.
It's Veda Sky. Hers is Brighter Days.
Brighter
It's all right
Days.
now, Brighter Days.
Okay.
So all that stuff, all this music on all your digital outlets, whatever you use.
Hey, are you shooting and producing everything yourself?
So far I have a couple of videos Nab shot. My bro Nab.
Shout out Nab.
But just working on a lot and working on an album called Son of God. I'm gonna release that one like Easter next year though. So.
You talk about doing the gospel and all that stuff, but like I like how we all evolved in our music too. You know what I'm saying? We definitely still doing positive stuff like that. Like it's more tapped in, like he was saying. He talking about like hope and dealing with depression and everything. My music more relational, like the relationship we have between God. The different examples of different types of relationships. So we still got that foundation. I love how we evolved into being able to talk about other subjects. Because Brian, when we talk about it back in the day, I was like, what y'all talking about? That ain't God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I had to understand.
I had to evolve into that too. So I love evolution.
All the damn time. You know, that's how he unorthodox.
Yeah, I got ADD.
You know what I'm saying? So can the people? Is it going to be a new due season album, or y'all just gonna hit us with singles? Little sprinkles every now and then.
I don't know.
Or like what? Because he did it, y'all know y'all left us out with tasting people.
I bet way more than
we actually worked on more songs. We got at least 6 or 7 that we got together. They not finished.
Okay.
The problem was COVID hit. You know what I'm saying? So it blocked a lot of me coming here to record and get stuff done. Mm-hmm. So that's really what it was. But we've been working on it because what happened was, oddly enough, last year was the 20th anniversary of the album. So we was trying to get it done for the 20th, but like I said, COVID hit and all that stuff. So, but we working on stuff like.
So 2020, 2021, you're gonna do 3 times.
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying like times 3. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, like it's.
It was coming though.
Okay.
The thing about it is it's so easy to do stuff, man. Like we ain't did no music together in almost 10 years, bro. And we got together. He did it. I don't know but we got together. He did it. Like
second nature is just habit. It's just forming a habit. It actually, you can see the energy between y'all, like sync, and it's like take y'all back. You know what I'm saying?
But now let me keep it real. Like I think that what was dope about the whole thing was. And just being honest, you know, me growing up in church, I grew up in church, and it was when I changed. You know what I mean? Like I don't ever really consider myself like a Christian or anything like that, a religious person like that anymore. And you know, I studied a lot of different things, but when I'm saying, like, I knew that the one thing that these still my bros, you feel me, like regardless of religion and one thing we can agree on is about positivity and blessings and God, the we the God, you feel me what I'm saying? So
hell yeah!
You gotta feel it, dog. Like we was born in sin. You know what I'm saying? We see the sin. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't write this out all the time. Walking past God, you ain't no snake ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I am because your boy Dub out of Junior, and with Genesis. Mr. Barksdale, collectively, due season, individually, a God, and it's what it is. We the God Podcast, man. Episode 16. He did it.
Get on my own. My God, he sit on the throne. I'm laughing at him. I guess it's because we made it out the battle. War cry. War time. Go ahead, we ain't got no time. What's on the goal line? I'm just simply trying to fight the evil.
We the God, nigga.
He did it.